What is up, everybody? So, Errol the Truth Spence just fought Terrence Bud Crawford live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Incredible fight and an incredible display of all of Terrence Crawford's skills, man. He was just on another level, man. I remember this fight is like 5 years in the making, right? Fight of the decade. And there was so much hype behind this fight, right? You got two guys at welterweight and Terrence Crawford, in which none of them had been beaten. And Terrence Crawford had looked amazing, and Errol the Truth Spence had also looked amazing. And it was the fight to see who's the best at welterweight. And we got that answer definitively tonight. So there is a rematch clause. Errol Spence said he is going to enact his rematch clause, which means we may see this fight again. If we see this fight again, it has to go to maybe 154 pounds because Errol Spence did not look right tonight. Okay, something was off about Errol Spence from the moment this fight started. He was getting cracked. I think he had a bad weight cut. Not making any excuses for him because Terrence Crawford is just on another level, man. The combinations, and I've watched Terrence Crawford in the past, and I've just thought he's levels above the competition. And again, you could see it there tonight. It's funny because a couple years ago, Bob Arum said that they were losing money promoting Terrence Crawford. And now if you see where that investment is, it's pretty safe to say it would have worked out. I still don't know how big of a draw Terrence Crawford is, but it's okay because that man is an elite boxer, and it's not always about the draw power and the star power of these people. And I have to quickly talk about Derrick James, man. Derrick James, I know he's a legendary coach, and, I don't want to act like I know anything more than Derrick James knows because he knows Errol Spence incredibly, and he knows him a lot more than I do. But as a fan watching from the sideline, I don't know how you can watch that fight and not feel like that fight should have been stopped, right? Errol Spence got dropped in round 2, and that was not even the bad part. The fight just got progressively worse for him, and he was getting beaten up, okay? He was getting beaten up badly. And I know Derrick James has fighters like Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia, and, a lot of other incredible fighters. But come on, dude. You can't let that go on. In my personal opinion, I'm stopping it. I'm throwing the towel in. I'm getting my fighter out of there. And we're going to come back for a rematch later on. But, man, Terrence Crawford, he was just working him, man. And eventually got the finish in round 9. It wasn't a knockdown. But, man, like I said, this fight should have been stopped in the past. So I'm glad the referee eventually stepped in. I thought it was more than enough, actually, to stop this fight. So if you want my opinion on that, I thought it was more than enough. I thought it was more than enough for the referee to stop this fight. I thought it should have been stopped way before because Errol Spence was taking a beating, man. And, you don't want to see that. You just want to see it, take him out the fight, and then come back. An amazing example of that is Lee Wood. You know what I mean? He got stopped in his fight because he got knocked down, got power punched by Lara. And when he got back up, the corner threw the towel in. And then a couple months later, he came back and he beat Lara. That's what you have to do, man. That's what you have to do when you're, trying to get your fighters back there. Because, he's going to need some time, man. If we want to see a rematch, it's got to be a long time after that, man. That was a brutal beatdown from Terrence Crawford. And, the betting line for this fight was actually fairly close, which was surprising to me. I always thought Terrence Crawford was a lot better than Errol Spence, but in my opinion, I know that's easier to say in hindsight, but to me, it was always true. I always thought Terrence Crawford was the A side. I always thought Terrence Crawford was going to win this fight. Terrence Crawford is an amazing fighter, and those boxers that fight like Terrence Crawford and people like Shakur Stevenson are just insanely good, and I just don't see how people beat them. And this brings up the conversation that we had a little bit back when I was talking about Naoya Inoue and what he did to Stephen Fulton in Japan. And remember, I said he was pound for pound number 1 until maybe next week. So this is the weekend. The weekend has come, and we have to swap that again, okay? Terrence Crawford is now the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Naoya Inoue is firmly in number 2, but Terrence Crawford is the clear number 1 pound for pound, not taking anything away from Naoya Inoue, because what he did was incredible in his own right, and that is very impressive. And he's going to keep going on with weight, and maybe one day he can top it. But as of now, Terrence Crawford, man, I am shocked. Okay, I'm just shocked. I mean, how do you even my mind couldn't even fathom that happening tonight. I thought Terrence Crawford was going to win, but not like that, man. I thought Errol Spence was really going to make this fight competitive and make it a dog fight. and it was going to be a really competitive one that might, be a controversial decision or something like that. And I said that night that Naoya Inoue was probably going to be number one pound for pound if Terence Crawford didn't do something crazy, or if Errol Spence didn't do something crazy, like get a finish is what I said. And sure enough, Terence Crawford was able to finish the fighter. And, this is what's great about these type of super fights going down in boxing. And I think it's going to lead to people, not getting that padded record on the line. Not to say Errol Spence's record is padded or anything like that, but that's what fighters are going to do now. They see Errol Spence take a hard fight and lose, and they don't want their stock to drop like Errol Spence's did after tonight. So they're not going to do that now. You know what I mean? You're going to see more record padding after tonight. But I have to say, full respect to both men. When I was watching it, I was like, these two are really here right now. Like, I remember talking about this years ago, and they're both finally in the ring. Like, it's really gonna happen right now. Terence Crawford is right there walking in with Eminem, and then you got Errol Spence right there on the other side, right there in Vegas, and they're about to meet. It was a crazy, surreal feeling to actually see the fight going down and see them all there. And I've been getting that feeling all week when I was watching all the build up to this thing. Absolutely incredible atmosphere, incredible fans. I mean, the venue was packed there at the T-Mobile Arena, and it's just so crazy to me. And honestly, these type of super fights going down are good for boxing, and especially when they don't end up like a Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Not taking anything away from Floyd Mayweather's performance on that night, but there was some things to be left desired in that fight. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. So it was amazing to see a fight where a fighter got a finish or just made his case so dominantly like that, and really showed up and showed out tonight and was not playing around. But you could argue that's what happens when fighters fight in their prime, man. And Terence Crawford is older than a lot of people think he is, but I mean, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do this, man, because that performance was just elite. This might be the peak performance that we see of Terence Bud Crawford. Just incredible, man. So I've got Terence Crawford as my number one pound for pound fighter in the world. I've got Naoya Inoue at number 2. And, as for Errol Spence, he can recover. I like to say this because, there's a lot of fans that are going to be devastated tonight after seeing their fighter get beat like that. But fighters recover, you know what I mean? And this is what needs to be happening in boxing. Fighters that aren't worried about that undefeated record, man, because I know it looks good. I know Terence Crawford's record looks good, and it looks amazing to have that 0 there. But it really doesn't matter, man, because at the end of the day, Errol Spence is a amazing fighter, and he got in there, and he fought his heart out, and he fought to the end, man. That's what's incredible about it, you know what I mean? He didn't want that fight to be stopped, and he put it all out there on the line. At the end of the day, he lost his undefeated record, but that's what happens in combat sports, man, and that's what happens at the end of the day. And incredible performance, though, by Terence Crawford, and I commend both men for making this super fight happen. Let me know what you guys think of this fight. Do you guys think that Terence Crawford is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world? Because personally, I just don't think there's a question. Naoya Inoue is number 2, but yeah, you guys just gotta let me know what you think of that. Peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have my reactions to UFC 291 coming up in just a minute, because those reactions are as crazy as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. The channel support has been amazing recently. I was meaning to make a video when we hit 350 subscribers, and now we're already at 390 something. So absolutely incredible. I don't even know what's happening, but you guys really seem to enjoy the Naoya Inoue breakdowns. So trying to do more boxing breakdowns because it seems like the people are liking them. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.